Coach, what have you seen from the three quarterbacks?
Yeah, just talking about Sawyer first. I think there's an experience factor with him. He's a big, strong guy. He's been in these air raid systems before. Kind of like getting back used to throwing it around a little bit more, but the team loves him. He's a hard-working guy. Really enjoyed being in that room with him. RJ can spin it now. I'm really impressed with RJ right now and like how the ball comes out of his hand. He can stretch the field vertically. He's fun to watch. He's got that gunslinger mentality. He's a pure pocket guy, but he has some mobility that was shown today that was pretty impressive to see at times. He can extend it in eyes downfield and make some good throws. And then Dequan has got a lot of experience under his belt right now. You can see how calm he is in the pocket. He's really trying to work the ins and outs of our offense right now. He hit probably a 40, 50-yard run today in practice on a scramble, which I thought was pretty impressive. So, but it's still real early to tell. It's day 2. The pads aren't even on yet. But for the most part, this entire unit's working. They're doing a great job. All I ask them to do is just be consistent, show up every day, and get better, and that's what they're doing. So, really enjoy coaching these guys right now.
It had to be a pretty big blessing for a guy like Dequan with that much experience to come in.
Yeah, it is. You can just tell he's kind of seen it all. He doesn't get rattled or phased. Like when you're day 1 install and going into a blitz period, the O-line's spinning a little bit, because they're new schemes and they haven't done it. He's just got a calming factor with it, and he's getting through his progressions. And he's making throws still, instead of if the first read's not open, going ahead and scrambling. But you see him really trying to get through the progression and then use his ability to go because he's got a lot of experience under his belt, like I was saying, and we just got to keep trying to polish him up as a true quarterback.
After such what feels like probably a long off season, changes, newness, all that, how's it feel to just get out of the football field the last couple of days and get spring drills started?
Yeah, no, that's the fun part. Like honestly, I'm still trying to get moved in. We're trying to get a staff. You lose coaching staff members, you add new ones. We have OTAs, our little walkthroughs that we do and meetings, and when you lose a coach, then you got to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and start back all over again. But these kids are pretty resilient with this. They're excited, I believe, for the offense. And the fun part is just watching it try to translate from all the walkthroughs that we've had and all the just meetings. You're starting to see them have some success out there on the field. So. But again, we still got a long ways to go. But that's the fun part of this entire job is when we get out there on the field and just kind of coach them up and see who we're going to be and what we're good at, and just to figure out the identity of our offense moving forward.
You've been a head coach, a coordinator, you've been a position coach, you've done all that. Is practice what you like the most, or is it the game planning or the day of the game? I know that's 3 different mentalities.
I like the practice. It's because you're always just trying to contingency plan. You're always looking for the next move, the next greatest thing. You're always looking, studying tape, and then going out there and messing around with it because the game's evolving. I remember when we were running the air raid and no one knew how to defend it, and then it went through the phase where all the air raid stuff is pretty much gone because they know how to defend it. And I think you're slowly starting to see it kind of get back that direction again. That's what I love about just the practice side of it, is that you're just trying to figure out the new things what the defenses are doing, how do you attack it, how do you expose it, and how do you get better. And once you can get these guys to understand practice and what we're trying to expect of them, the games are going to be a lot easier, and the games are the fun part. You just let them go and do their thing at that point because all the work's in. But I do love the game planning side of it. I do love the games, but that's the reason why we put all that work in. But the way that we're going to be good as a team collectively is if we make each other better on the practice field.
You mentioned there were some unforeseen changes, hires made, and then things happen there. Mason Miller comes in, Keenan, I guess who else? Jared Anderson. What's that process been like? I mean, I'm sure you've got to have some familiarity, but how does that all sort of come together? This all these ingredients, so to speak.
Yeah, it's going back to my time at Texas State, you have to have a lot of coaches ready and available, and you're always just looking for guys because there's a lot of moving parts in college football right now. And just the guys that I went for have a wealth of experience. They've coached it before. They know what they're doing. They know how practice is. You don't have to meet with them all the time. They're already proven coaches. And I really like the energy of them all. We already mesh really well. There's always egos in rooms, but, for the most part, they know how to handle it. Like Coach Anderson's been, I think he was 25 years, roughly around there at TCU and doing it at a high level. Coach Miller's been, in the SEC and the Pac-12 and the Mountain West, and he's been a head coach at one point too, so he's got a wealth of knowledge too, and he understands, how to be a great position coach, how to be a coordinator, how to be a head coach, and Keenan, he's a stud now. He's going to be a really good coach. He's already helped me out tremendously, not just from a recruiting side, but he's a really good ball coach, and that allows me to work with QBs, work on things that I need for the offense, and like they're out there handling business and coaching their room up and working every single day. So it's been great, just to have a very experienced group of coaches in that room right now.
I guess on the other side of that, saw Gary Patterson walking around today, Dave Aranda, obviously. Having defensive-minded guys who are so good at what they do, how much does that make you better as an offensive guy? Like, can you bounce things off?
Oh, yeah.
And what kind of perspective does that give you?
All the time. Like, Coach Patterson, he comes in the offensive room. I'm trying to convert him to an offensive guy, but it's pretty difficult to do right now. But, man, he's great. Like, he talks, just defenses and what can stress them and, what could be good plays and, things that he's seen in his film studies. And he's very observant. He's a head coach, for that long. And he's paying attention to individual drills and the spacing of the drills, and he's changing things up to help Coach Aranda out because Coach Aranda's in there calling it now and running the linebacker room. So it's just a good mix of experience across the board. And again, there's not really any egos out there right now. It's just they're all just trying to help and get on the same page and throw ideas out and help Coach Aranda out in any way. So
you've got the quarterbacks, the new offense, you're implementing that. So there's a lot of learning here to start off with, but do you have a mantra, a motto, a theme of spring for yourself, just what you're trying to get done and where the major focus is?
Yeah, like I told the offense, this spring's about creating our identity, figuring out who we are. And it's more about just the consistency of showing up every single day and working. We're still so far away from the season. We're only 2 practices in right now. We got 13 more. We got an entire summer. We got a fall camp. You're not trying to win, the Big 12 championship on the first snap. It's going to be a lot of added reps. And we just talk about just showing up and being consistent every single day. Like, I don't want different people, like a different guy. Like, I don't want moody people. I just want guys that are here to work, here to get better, and understand what we're trying to accomplish.
I have a question about the receivers, because the air raid compared to what they've been running before, you're going to have to find different type tools or whatever. Was that a challenge, or was that pretty much how it went for you on who you needed to run different type of formations, different type slot, things like that? Yeah,
that's going to be one of the more kind of interesting competitions for us and like the conversations about what these guys can and can't do. I think you've got a good mix of sizes. Like you got big, long catch radius guys, but then we also got like Jamal Bell and Ashton Hawkins and Monterey. Like those guys are small, twitchier guys, and it's about where do you put them. I think like Josh Cameron can play everywhere. Like he's a guy that's a big body that I think you can add him into the box. You can spread him out. You can play him outside, inside, and my whole thing is when they get comfortable with one position, change it up and just see what else they can do. I think overall, like the quarterbacks, I challenge them every day to figure out what these receivers are capable of doing. And like you're starting to see like these guys lean to certain people in certain routes, and like because I tell the quarterbacks like everybody plays, like everybody runs the same plays. All right, so figure it out, find a way. Find your matchups, find like what we need to get to, what they're good at. Are they back shoulder guys? Are like guys you throw deep? Like it's there's a lot of evaluations going on. So with the formations and all that stuff, I'm gonna be mixing and matching that like a lot of people in and out of things just to see what they're capable of doing.
Well, I guess first, why'd you pick Baylor? What'd you see here?
Yeah, the reason I picked Baylor was because of Coach Spavital, Coach Aranda. We had a good plan coming here. Just seeing Coach Spavital offense growing up with Johnny Manziel, Geno Smith, Will Greer, those type of guys just being behind his system. I seen a lot and I know a lot about the offense. And plus, I came from that type of offense at Toledo, so it's kind of some type of familiarity with it. So that's one of the reasons.
And just what do you like about this offense?
The air raid, the attack on. You know what I'm saying? just having the ability to, control the offense the way I wanted to control it at my pace, you know what I'm saying? And, everyone falls behind, rally around me. So, that's one of the reasons, and just the freedom of it, like Coach Spavital, he just always talks about, whatever matchup you like, take it. And that's one thing that me and as well as the other quarterbacks are learning as well, just being comfortable with the receivers and just playing free.
Dequan, what's been the getting to know process like for you? I mean, there's a lot of new people around here, so you're far from the only one. But they might make it easier. But what's it been like just getting to know the guys, the coaches, the lay of the land around here?
It's been good. The term Southern hospitality is real out here. I'll say that. Good people, great people off the field as well as on the field. I'm learning everybody. At a quick, rapid pace. So that's a good note. It's good to be here. I'm comfortable now. I'm excited. So, as
a player, you've got so much experience, so many accomplishments. So, what do you set out to do? Is it just simply learning at this point? Do you have individual goals for yourself? How do you view spring football?
Right now, it's just really getting under this system, getting with the guys, building that chemistry with us, and just really taking advantage of this whole offseason right now, this whole spring. So.
You come here with all of the things you've done, and obviously they needed somebody along with who they had already in the new offense. How do you keep from, like I've been at Toledo, I've done all these things, and just come in here and earn the locker room for what you do when you're here?
Yeah, that's really what it is, just earning the locker room, earning the trust of the guys right now, the coaches, everyone in the room, even the academic people, like just earning their trust and just making sure they know that I'm an accountable guy. First and foremost, I can handle stuff off the field. Then when stuff goes on the field, I can just play football, just execute at a high level. Like I said, being at Toledo, 3-year starter, it's different. It's different when you're going from one place to another place. That's life. But just being able to adapt and to really, like I said, adapt and just really just be comfortable with the guys. So.
When they recruited you, obviously they wanted you too. Was there any promises as far as competition, or they say, "Come on down, let's see how this works out"? What was that conversation like?
The conversation was good. Me and Coach Randall, we talked about just being able to compete each and every day, no matter what it is. If I'm with the with the group of ones, group of twos, group of threes, I'm just taking advantage of my reps, the best of my ability. And let whatever happens. That's out of my control. Like I said, just taking advantage of my opportunities. That's all I can do right now. So,
What's it been like getting to know the other quarterbacks? We had Sawyer in here, RJ in here. I know there's other guys as well, but what have been your early impressions?
Yeah, those cool guys. Great characters. Off the field. Just seeing them smiling all the time, and just really, just connected with those guys off the field. Just really picking their brains, seeing how they, think about football wise and stuff like that. So it's been real good. So.
You too young to remember RG3?
Oh no! When I was younger, I had number 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of him?
What was your memories of when you started watching him play?
Just the excitement he brought to this campus, this university. Like you seeing every time you throw a ball, like the stands just go crazy when he run the ball. The stands just go crazy, and that's something I kind of admired growing up as a kid, younger, and growing up now. So it's kind of like just seeing that and being here is kind of like surreal. So
when did you wear number 10 exactly? I guess around that time period.
Yeah, around Pop Warner football. Yeah, so yeah.
So your second year here, do you feel like you're ready to take another step?
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of part of it. You get better as I know I've improved since year one in college, and then it's kind of the same thing. Gotten better every single year. Looking forward to what's in store for this coming year and building off of last year for sure.
What do you like about this new offense?
There's a lot. One is just kind of like the familiarity with what I've done in the past. Obviously, we didn't really do it last year. It's a little different than last year, so there's kind of some growing pains there. But once we get it, it's really fun to play in as a quarterback, and it's really hard to stop as a defense. So.
You obviously came over last year. Just what's your comfort level like now being back and just kind of settled in? Does it feel like you're I guess, a bit more comfortable than a year ago?
Absolutely, both on and off the field, kind of in the locker room, getting used to all the guys and stuff, which I feel like, that was pretty smooth. It's a great locker room, a bunch of great guys. And then on the field, kind of playing for the first time, there were some growing pains there too. But now I'm just looking forward to building off of, like I said, last year. And we'll see. Like, I do feel very much more comfortable with everything. So,
Are you have you grown up more physically or mentally since you've been here for a year at Baylor as a football player and really just overall?
I think mentally for sure, more so than physically. Vic and the strength staff, they're one of the top strength staffs in the country, and I've gained a lot of weight since I've been here. But mentally, just kind of going through everything we went through and I went through last year, you're just kind of forced to grow up and forced to accept it and put your head down and go to work, kind of block out, what everybody says, what everybody thinks, and just play the game that I've always played and always loved since I was a little bitty boy. So,
what was your sort of review of yourself, your experience, your play, looking at last year, the opportunities you got? How did you digest that, and where are you looking to improve, or how were you helped by that?
Obviously, the first, it's kind of tricky. Obviously, I would have loved to go in and play the best football I've ever played. That just wasn't the case, with it being kind of, like I said, my first time playing. But I'm very proud of the way that it ended and how much better I got throughout the year. And so I'm looking to build off that, how the West Virginia game kind of went. And it was good being healthy playing that game. And I would say what I'm looking to improve the most is just kind of, one, with it being a new offense, you got to learn all the bells and whistles with that and how to operate that. Making the 10 other guys around you the best players that they can be. I think that's the most important quality that a quarterback can have. That's what separates the great ones from the good ones or average ones. And so I'm looking to do that.
Did you feel it sort of slowing down the more people get overwhelmed at first? It's so fast, but did you feel that as you played more?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And plus, I kind of get thrown in the fire against Utah and Texas to start it off. And then, yeah, like you said, it slowed down, settled in, and just played football.
There's a lot of newness. I guess let's start with Coach Spavital. Just what's that been like? Is this a brand new? Did you know him at all? And just how has the learning of this offense and taking all that in gone for you?
The learning the offense has gone pretty good. Like I said, I'm kind of familiar with it. Did a lot of it in high school and did some of it at Mississippi State. And then
air raid, right?
The air raid, yeah, the infamous air raid. So it's a very fun offense to play in. I'm really looking forward to it. And then when I was in high school, coming out my senior year, he was at Texas State. And I kind of talked to him, not very much, but I also committed early coming out of high school. And so, we didn't talk a whole lot.
Has it been good to kind of grow that relationship? What have been sort of your initial impressions?
Absolutely. He's the coolest guy ever. Really, I would say he's a player's coach for sure. He's a guy that you want to go out there and play for. And he's just really fun to you can just hang out with him. He's cool to talk to. And like I said, you want to go out there and give it all you have for him because he's that type of guy. He has that effect on you.
You're obviously in a competition right now. Just take us through your thoughts on the quarterback room. Dequan coming in, adding some other competition. What are your feelings on that?
Dequan's a great dude, great athlete, great quarterback. I know he's making me a better quarterback. Same with RJ. I feel like we have a really good room. Everybody gets along really well. We hang out with each other more than anybody else because of meetings and stuff. And so you just kind of grow close to those guys. You want the best for them, and it's fun. It's been really fun, and I'm looking forward to this year.
Trying to the timeline, Mason Miller, the offensive line coach, was at Mississippi State, so you knew him.
Yes.
Is that nice to see a friendly face that also knows this air raid offense? Because he actually, when he was younger, I think was with Coach Mummy and with Coach Leach.
Yeah, he was.
So he's soaking in this type of offense.
No, he is. No, it's great to have him around. It was funny. We were talking about it when he got here, how much I missed him and just him chewing me out and all that stuff. But he's a great dude. I'm really excited to have him. and just, I mean, we were up there telling Leach stories the other day, so it's good to have somebody like that you can just kind of talk to.
RJ, how's the competition been out there?
It's been good, man. It's been really good for really every position group. We've got a lot of new guys, new faces, especially on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
We really just want to, come out and get better every day and really just, learn how to execute this offense at a high level. And, overall, it's been really good for all of us.
What's your comfort level like in year 2 here in Waco?
Very comfortable. Obviously, with the new staff and everything, it's been a lot of moving parts over the course of the off season, but I think Coach Spavital, just the way he is with quarterbacks and how relatable of a guy he is, he's made it a really easy transition for not only me, but really everyone in that room. So really, it's just been really comfortable in year 2. Really excited for what the spring is going to bring for this team, and I'm really excited for the fall.
What are kind of, I guess, the main points of emphasis with this offense? What does he sort of drive home? And you as a quarterback, where's your focus with it all?
Yeah, he really drives home the downhill run game and vertical passing game. As y'all probably heard before, really harps on that, really emphasizes that. And that's really what the main focus has been, and really been the main difference from last year's offense. A lot of choice routes, a lot of options for us quarterbacks to spit the ball out to all of our different receivers, different playmakers, and really just spread the ball around the field, which will really make defenses have to, be honest in the passing game and also in the run game. So that's been the main difference in terms of offense for, schematically for us. We really liked it so far. We really are looking forward every day to get better and really just execute this at a high level.
All due respect to the way y'all were doing things, but is it fun to kind of let her rip a little bit?
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I played in a similar offense like this at NAU, just really quarterback friendly, really allows quarterbacks to just play the game of football. Did a lot of this also in high school, so it's kind of very familiar to me. Really fun to play in, and hopefully it translates on the field on Saturdays.
I guess there's so many newcomers, we list them all, but can you talk about just the room itself? Sawyer coming in another year here, Dequan, a newcomer. Just kind of give us, not a scouting report, but just kind of a summary of that room from your perspective.
Yeah, obviously Sawyer was here last year, and really great guy to still be in the room for us, having just been here with the guys and been a leader for us. He's really been a great addition, and really glad that he stayed with us. And Dequan coming in has really helped push all of us to get better. He's done a really good job just leading and being able to come into a new locker room. I know how difficult that can be, and really just kind of gel with the guys and really just take control and own his role. So from my eyes, we're all competing. We're all vying for the first spot, obviously, and it's really really good for all of us because it'll obviously get us all better, and whoever is the best will play.
Did you have a specific goal for yourself, or like a set of, I'd like to do this, I need to work on this? What was your individual approach, I guess, to spring for improving and or just getting better?
Yeah, really just getting a feel for this offense. It's really like just a feel for the game of this offense. That's what it really comes down to. So really the main focus is just really getting comfortable with it, understanding the different scenarios that you'll be put in with this offense, and really just understanding, what our goals are as an offense, and really kind of just, getting well with the guys with just timing and really getting, good at what we're supposed to do on the field and what Coach Spavital wants us to execute. So that's kind of been the main emphasis for me, for all the other guys on offense. It's kind of the same goal, which is to just really execute this offense at a high level.